In this recipe, I have shown you a pre-prepared dough. You have to make a medium texture dough just the way you make it for a chapati. Secondly, I have prepared the dal earlier, so I just sort of pressure cooked it in totality for 4 to 5 whistles. Hey there, welcome back to Taste and Flavors and welcome to my new series Rajasthani Delicacies. This time I have for you some smacking Rajasthani dishes which I'm going to share with you the recipes about. The first in the list is Dal Bati. So if you like what you see so far, then please keep on watching the video to know how to make this recipe. For the exact measurements and ingredients, please check the description box below. The first step is to pressure cook the dal. The clipping I'm showing you here is a partially cooked dal. You need to soak a raw dal for roughly about at least an hour and then pressure cooked it in totality for about 4 to 5 whistles. Now I'll be preparing the tempering, for which I have taken a 1/3 cup of mustard oil. To this I'll be adding in a crushed whole spices which includes black cardamom, cloves and black peppercorns. First I'll go ahead and I'll be adding in the cumin seeds, bay leaf, chopped ginger and chopped green chilies, a dash of asafoetida. Just sort of mix it really well and also add in the crushed dry spices that I showed you earlier. You need to stir it and cook it for roughly about a minute or two or until the entire aroma of all these things gets nicely immersed in the oil. Next I'm going to go ahead and I will be adding in chopped tomatoes. Cook it for about a minute or two or until the tomatoes soften a bit. Now this recipe is being prepared by my aunt and I'm sure that you guys are going to like this recipe. Once you see that the tomatoes are slightly cooked, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add in the dry spices. Firstly, red chili powder, turmeric powder, then coriander powder. I've already added in salt while I pressure cooked the dal. Mix this really well and let the masala cook until the oil oozes out and separates from this entire thing. Once you see that the oil has separated from the masala, you need to go ahead and add in the boiled dal. Mix all of this really well, add in a bit of water to make a nice consistency. And yeah, your dal is absolutely ready to be served. You need to add in a bit of lemon juice and coriander just before you serve it. Now here is the pre-prepared dough which I've made using flour, fennel seeds, some salt and ghee. I'm going to rest it for roughly about an hour before I go ahead and prepare the batis. This has to be a medium texture dough. Now you can see here that my aunt is preparing the dough batis and she's taking about a tennis ball size of the batis and making round balls out of it. Just gonna press in between this. As you can just see in the clipping, you need to just make a nice smooth ball. Just sort of press it in the center. In the meanwhile, I have kept the gas tandoor on heat. If you don't have a gas tandoor, don't worry. You can preheat the oven at about 70 degrees centigrade and cook on each side for roughly about 20 to 25 minutes. Similarly, she went ahead and made all the batis and now here she's placing all of it on the gas tandoor. I have put the gas tandoor on the lowest flame on my gas stove, on the lowest the stove on my gas, and I'm going to cook it on a medium to high heat for about 20-25 minutes on each side. That's, you can see my little cousin, a little glimpse of him. Trust me, he's just so cute. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn it after about 20 to 25 minutes once it's cooked from one side. And once it's completely cooked and it catches a nice golden brown color and it becomes nice and stiff, that's when we're going to go ahead and do the final step for the batis. Now here, using a paper towel, you need to sort of crush it a bit, and while they are hot, you're going to dip it in ghee so that the ghee can seep inside really well, and just sort of store it aside and make all of them just like that. Make sure you do this process when the batis are hot. And yeah, here your dal bati is absolutely ready to be served. As I said, just before you serve the dal, drizzle in a bit of lemon juice and a few chopped coriander leaves. I hope you like this recipe today and that you will give it a try. Do let me know what you think about it and share with me your experience. I know dal bati is always accompanied with churma. That is what is next in the list. So subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for the next recipe. Thanks a lot for watching today's video. I'll see you super soon with another recipe. Till then, you all take care. Bye-bye.